No gym does not mean no gains. If you don't have access to this house of iron, or you can't go to the gym for any reason, that's not a good excuse for skipping the workouts. And I'm talking about workouts that you can do in your own house with the resistance of your own body weight, and some tools that can help you to improve your workouts and build muscle at home. No excuses.
Perfect.
The most common question about bodyweight or calisthenic exercises is, can you build muscle with bodyweight as well as you can with traditional weights? And to answer to this question, this study from 2018, during which from 23 moderately trained men, 14 did push-ups and they were progressing them, and 9 did bench press. They were training 3 days per week for a total of 12 training sessions, and at the end of the study there was no significant difference between groups for changes in 1 rep max strength, and most importantly there was no significant difference between groups for changes in muscle thickness. And several other studies, links of which I will leave in the description, show that bodyweight exercises absolutely can build muscle. But compared with traditional weights, bodyweight exercises are complex in terms of progressive overload, but certainly possible. And I designed a workout program which is a push, pull, and legs that will deliver you new gains as long as you want before you can go back to training with traditional weights. And of course I will show you all levels of advancement on each exercises. You can train 3 days per week, push, rest, pull, rest, legs, and rest, or 6 days per week. For bodyweight workouts, I will recommend you to train 6 days per week, because that would allow you to train each muscle group twice per week. There would be 2 variations of push and pull workouts and 1 leg workout. You can do 1 variation of push and pull workouts on 1 week, and the second variation on the next week if you train 3 days per week, and you can do 1 variation of push and pull workouts at the beginning of the week and the second variation at the end of the week if you train 6 days per week. Remember, when we train with body weight, we need to train very close to failure or even to failure if you want to stimulate an adequate muscle growth. And for keeping the intensity up, we need to rest no longer than a minute or even a minute if you did particularly hard exercise. And for the nutrition standpoint, we need to be in a caloric surplus, not a huge surplus, because we know that big surplus leads to more fat gain than a muscle gain. I will recommend you to get into moderate surplus from 200 to 400 calories. So let's start with the warm-up, and the warm-up would be the same on each workout. We're doing leg swings, 10 reps on each direction on each leg, and arm swings, 10 reps on each direction on each arm. 15 burpees, and that's it. I don't want to make warm-up longer than that, because when warm-up actually becomes the workout, you are basically doing a cardio. So the goal here is just to increase the core body temperature, which is going to decrease the risk of getting an injury. Let's start with the push 1, and here you want to do 3 sets and reps to failure of push-ups. You want to do as many reps as you can with good form by touching your chest to the ground. If you are a beginner, you can do push-ups on your knees and work your way up to the point that you can do 15 solid push-ups. But for intermediates, you want to do 3 sets of push-ups to the failure, maximum amount of reps that you can do by touching your chest to the floor while keeping your head and neck in the neutral position. Consciously pull your shoulders down and back. Pull your shoulder blades together, create tightness around your upper back region. This will allow you to push to the ground with greater force. And finally, most importantly, contract your glutes throughout the repetition. This is going to create more total body tightness and increase the efficiency of the force production. If you are more advanced, you can do deficit push-up plus band by placing books or something under your hands, which is going to increase the range of motion and increase that big stretch that you are getting at the bottom. And by placing a band on your upper back region is going to make this exercise hell of a lot harder. Next, we want to hit more of a lower chest, and my favorite exercise to do so is a high to low crossover, because it gives you more adduction, but we can mimic the same thing by doing a dip for the lower chest, and on the top rotating our body toward our arm. Look, that's almost the same thing, which is improving the regular fixed arm dip and increases the adduction that we're getting, which is a very important component of chest training. And this one rotation makes the ordinary dip way more effective. If you can't do it, do diamond cutter push-ups on your knees, or if you can't do a basic diamond cutter push-up, then do it. On the chair dips, you want to slide your body and your chest forward. Pull your shoulders down and make your chest first. If you will push more upright, you will target the triceps more. But here we want our chest to do most of the work. So lean forward a little bit. If you are advanced and this version feels very easy for you, you can do band high to low crossovers, where you place the band on a pull-up bar or on something high, and you do high to low crossover, one arm at a time. 3 sets to failure. Next, we want to get a vertical press motion by doing a corkscrew push-up, which is going to target the front delts more. 3 sets to failure. Again, here is no specific rep range because you need to make all your sets effective. And if you can't do corkscrew push-ups as a beginner, you can do a pipe push-ups, and as an advanced guy, handstand push-up is a way to go. Next, we are going to do a bodyweight side lateral raises. People think that we have to do dumbbell or machine side lateral raises as a resistance in order to target our side delts, but we can do the same motion of the exercise by using our body weight as a resistance and target those side delts. Again, that's not an equivalent of the dumbbell or machine side lateral raises, but if you can do body weight and body weight only, that's at least going to target your side delts. And if you can't do it as a beginner, you can do it on your hips. Next, for the arms, we want to place that long head of the tricep on the stretch by doing a tricep extensions. You go here, you get a good stretch, and on the way up, you get a full extension on the elbow. If you are advanced and that feels very easy for you, you can do banded overhead tricep extensions. 3 to 4 sets to failure. The traditional calisthenic exercise chin-up is going to target our biceps more because it is going to work our biceps in a flex shoulder position. You want to do 3 sets to failure. If chin-up feels very hard for you, you can do assisted chin-ups with the band, or you can do inverted chin curls. But if chin-ups feels easy for you as an advanced guy, you can wear some heavy bag, do weighted chin-ups, and as an advanced intensity technique, I will recommend you to hold at this top position as long as you can, which is going to burn your biceps and provide very good tension and stimuli for growth. And the corrective exercise, face pulls at the end of your workout, which is very important to do because all that pushing stuff, we are internally rotating our shoulders a lot, and we need to do something that is going to externally rotate our shoulders. And face pulls does just that. Plus, it works your rear delts to a high degree as well. Here you want to do a good technique repetitions. Don't break the form because this is a corrective exercise. You need a quality contraction here. Do 2 to 3 sets from 15 to 20 reps. So that's it for the push 1. Now the second version, the push 2. After a quick warm-up, we kick things off with the band overhead press down with the single arm at the time, which is going to overload our shoulders quite heavily. Contract your glutes, don't overextend the lumbar spine, and maintain a consistent tempo by controlling a negative. Here you want to slow eccentric about 3 seconds and explosive concentric. If one arm at a time feels hard for you, you can always do with 2 arms, and if you don't have a band, you can always do a corkscrew push-ups again. Next, we want to hit the upper chest more, the clavicular head, by doing an incline push-ups. And to increase the difficulty of this exercise, you can put the band on your upper back region, or you can wear a heavy bag. Here you want a slow, controlled negative of about 3 seconds. And on the concentric, I want you to think about getting your hands together. Obviously they won't move, but by doing this you are increasing the amount of adduction that you can get from this exercise. You want to do 3 sets to failure. On this, we are doing a deficit push-up, which is going to improve that deep stretch that we're getting at the bottom of the push-up. And at the top again, I want you to rotate your body towards your arm to mimic that motion of the cable crossover to get more of that adduction, which is very important for the chest training. You want to do 3 to 4 sets to failure. For the lower chest and tricep, I will prefer closer hand placement by doing a diamond cutter push-up. Obviously, if you can't do it on your knees. 3 sets to failure. For the tricep isolation exercise, the choice would be a tricep band press down. Here you want to do a full range of motion, good repetitions, and once you reach failure, you can do long length partials as an advanced intensity technique, which I covered in my many previous videos. That are very smart intensity strategies, which are going to increase the tension on your muscles. 3 sets to failure. And superset it with band bicep curls. And the most important thing here, you need to control the negative. Here you want 3, even 4 seconds eccentric. And instead of curling the band straight up, I want you to get more of a shoulder flexion by curling up and forward. 3 sets to failure. And the great corrective exercise, which is going to hit the rotator cuff and rotate your shoulders both externally and internally, which is very important to do after all that pushing stuff, is called an angels and devil, which seems very easy to do, but it's so damn hard. 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. And that's it for the push 2. Now it's time for pull. After a quick warm-up, we kick things off with a pull-up, the king of all back exercises. Here you want to give your best by doing the maximum amount of reps that you can. The mistake here is crossing your legs. You want to get your legs straight in front of you, contract your thighs, contract your glutes, and contract your core. This is going to create more total body tightness and make you feel lighter so that you can do as much as you can. You want to attack the bar with your chest and get your chin up over the bar. If pull-ups, however, feel hard for you, it is totally fine to use bands for an assistance, or wear a bag to make the exercise harder as an advanced guy. Then we need to get a horizontal pull in by doing the inverted rows. For me, I think that inverted rows are very easy and I can add some weight by wearing the bag in front of my body. If, however, a weighted version is too much for you, you can always do the traditional inverted rows. 3 sets to failure. Next, we want to place the legs under a good stretch, and the banded pullover is a great exercise for that purpose. Here, if you will keep your elbows closer to each other, the exercise is going to target more of the upper chest, but the goal here is to target the legs, so you want to keep your elbows further from each other, feel a good mind-muscle connection, and do 3 sets to failure. Next, we want to target more of the short head of the bicep with the closed hand position by doing a band waiter's curl. Here you want to control the negative, because controlling the eccentric, especially on the bicep exercises and overall on all exercises, is critical to get most out of this exercise. Here you want about 3 seconds of eccentric and perform 3 sets to failure. And again, instead of curling the weight straight up, I want you to curl the weight up and a little bit forward to get a little bit more of shoulder flexion. Overhead band extensions are going to place the long head of the tricep under a good stretch, and the straight curves of the resistance bands are going to maximize the tension delivered to the triceps. Again, if the overhead version of the band extensions feels hard for you, you can do the overhead extensions on the table again. So 3 sets to failure. And face pulls, corrective exercise as a finisher to target the upper traps and rotator cuff. 2 to 3 sets by 15 to 20 reps. Again, quality repetitions, don't break the form. So that's it for the pull 1. After a quick warm-up, we start with the exercise that is going to place a great stretch on our lats, which is a banded single arm lat pull down. And by doing one arm at a time, you can feel better mind-muscle connection with your lats, and more of that, with the other arm, you can sort of self-spot yourself to push even beyond failure. Here you want to get a good extension behind your body and do 3 to 4 sets to failure, and as much as you can with self-spotting. And for the vertical pull, we can do band rows. Here you place the band under your foot and grab it with the double overhand grip. You pull the band to your stomach and control the negative. You're getting a good extension behind your body and control the negative for about 3 seconds. Do 3 sets to failure. Next, we want to do leaning forward straight arm band push down, which is going to target lats and give them a good stretch. You want to do 3 sets to failure. Next, the exercise that is going to target the brachialis, the muscle of your arm, which is a close grip pull-up. And by doing a close grip, you are shifting the focus from the lats to the muscle that is called the brachialis, which is ultimately responsible for the thickness of your arm, and it is important to at least include 2 sets in the week for brachialis. Now, if you can't do 10 reps with your body weight, Use assisted bands. Do 3 sets to failure. And superset it with the wood chopper pushdown, where you are rotating and getting more the extension behind your body, which is very important in terms of growth of your tricep and giving your tricep a good contraction behind your body. You want to do 3 sets to failure. And finish the corrective exercise that is going to hit your entire back, and most importantly, rotate your shoulders in every ways, the angles and delt. Here again, as always on all corrective exercises, you need a quality repetitions. You want to do 2 to 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions. And that's it for the pull 2. Now, finally, lastly, it's time for legs. There is going to be one variation of leg day that is going to target your quads, hamstrings and glutes together, hips a little bit, and calves. And after a quick warm-up, we kick things off with the pistol squats. You can attach band on a pull-up bar and hold from it to help you to perform the pistol squats with the assistance. 3 sets to failure. Then we want to engage our glutes and hamstrings with the function that they show together, the hip extension. And we are going to do a single leg RDLs, and to provide some resistance we are going to use a band. Here you want to hit it to your hips. Slight knee bend is okay, but don't turn the exercise to the squat. And you want to do 2 sets for each leg for the total of 4 sets to failure. Then use your backpack for the resistance and do Bulgarian split squats. Here you want to be as upright as possible, because if you will lean forward, the load would shift to the glutes and hamstrings more. But if we will stay upright, the load is going to be directed to the quads only. Here you want again slow eccentric of about 3 to 4 seconds and pause at the bottom, and you want to maintain this tempo for 2 sets on each leg for the total of 4 sets to failure. Next we want to apply the second function of our hamstrings, which is a knee bending, by doing a sleek floor bridge curls. Here you want to tilt your pelvis back and contract your glutes, obviously by maintaining this throughout the rep and by controlling the negative for about 3 to 4 seconds. Do 2 to 3 sets to failure. Then calves are important too, and we want to target them by doing a single leg calf raises. By going a single leg, we can provide a better overload, and the most important thing here, we want to pause in this bottom position for 4 seconds. By doing this pause, it is going to allow the elastic recoil of the Achilles tendon to dissipate by making each and every rep more effective. Here you want to do 2 to 3 sets to failure. And that's it for the ultimate push-pull legs home workout. Guys, some cheap tools like resistance bands can make your workouts more effective. And as is the case with the resistance training with the weights, at home you need to apply progressive overload if you want to see results by increasing the amount of reps that you do or increasing the resistance over time. And not having access to the gym isn't a good excuse to not train at all and to leave the gains on the table. And I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, please subscribe to my channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss any video. Dedicate your life to your purpose, and bye brother.